Yo, what up gang, it's Christian Morris, aka 503 Renaissance coming at you. Today I'm going to show you how to do all my secret sauce on all my paintings and how you yourself can make dope paintings too. I am by no means claiming to be an art teacher or a professional of any type. Started painting about 2 years ago, and so take everything I have to say with a grain of salt, but I combined a few of my favorite artist techniques from watching a ton of YouTube videos and came up with my own style. So hopefully after watching this video, you yourself can come away with some new ideas or some new inspiration to create your own style, or just copy what I got here. It's fun, it's cool, and I think anybody can do it. So anyways, if you enjoy the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching. First thing you have to do is find center. To do that, we measure to the center of each side of the canvas, and then we use our yardstick to connect those sides together to create a center point. Once you have the center point created, you can then use the yardstick as a 1-inch rule to create a grid across the entire canvas. And make sure to keep your lines straight. Next step is the sketch. We want to focus on our lighting and our proportions, and we want to make sure we have a nice outline with deep shadows. This will give us a nice contrast and will help the painting read much easier once we're finished. And then once we have the sketch completed, we're going to outline that sketch with Sharpie. This is very important for the future steps, and we want to make sure we have nice thick lines and nice deep shadows. Some of the main things you want to focus on as a beginner is your lighting, your proportion, and your perspective. These are all crucial to having a clean sketch. Then we'll go over our sketch with a light layer of white and outline the sketch with a thick black outline. Make sure to cover up all of the white besides the object. This will set us up for the next layers. Now we begin the fun part. This is where we add in the color. All I'm using is a plastic bag that you get from Target or Walmart, and I'm just dabbing it in my main color and really filling in the spots that I want to be colored. You really want to make sure you let the layers dry so that the paint doesn't mix, and really focus on keeping your colors in the proper spots. Start with the center and slowly work your way outside of the object and dab a few colors here and there to add a little spontaneity or randomness to the painting. Now we can start to add in the textures. I prefer to just use the simple X's technique, but you can use any kind of shapes you like. You could even add letters. You could use all kinds of crazy things. I personally just use a palette knife and like to keep it simple. As you can see now, I'm going to add in some circles to contrast the X's, and I also think it kind of gives it an outer space type feel. The idea again is just to keep it simple. Next up is the spray paint. Make sure to pre-plan all your stencils so they don't clutter each other and you have some kind of direction for them. All I'm doing is a simple galaxy effect by adding the 2 tones and adding white on top for the stars. It's a very simple technique, but very effective and adds a lot of texture. I just rinse and repeat this technique for all my stencils and make sure to keep everything as clean as possible. Now we get to move on to my favorite part, the splatters. Mix a little paint and a little water together. Figuring out the consistency just takes a little practice, but then we just get to have fun with it. Now I am aiming the paint to try to keep all the colors together, but don't be afraid of mixing it up a little bit. But again, the idea is to keep the colors as close together as possible. And I'm now using my main color red to really fill in the gaps and really make sure that red stands out. Now this is where the real magic happens. I use my box light that you can pick up at Home Depot or Lowe's, and I use it to shine through the back of the canvas so I can see my original sketch. I use a Sharpie to go over the lines and try to make them as clean as I can, as well as making any minor fixes or corrections. Really make sure to fill in those shadows, and again, you want nice, thick, clean lines. Once we finish sketching with our Sharpies, we're now going to outline that sketch with Posca Paint. It might make it look a little messy at first, but don't worry, we'll go back and clean that up here in just a second. Once we finished outlining everything in color, we're then going to go back over the Sharpie sketch again, but this time with black Posca pen. It's really going to make those lines stand out, and it's now going to allow our color to be more of a highlight and an accent rather than the main line itself. Now that we're starting to finish up here, we're just going to give it one last thick outline with a nice thick Posca pen. And just like that, we got ourselves a pretty cool painting. I hope it was easy for you guys to follow, and I can't wait to see all the creative ideas you guys unleash in the comments. If you like what you saw, be sure to like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. We'll see you guys next time.